The smells are intense out here. It's very damp and wet, cool. Springtime. Springtime in my favorite place. And I wish I was here tonight, but I have to be slave to the root of all evil. I have to work for money. It's interesting, like, I could be a survivalist easily. People have often said, you should go on to that Naked and Alone show, or some kind of survivor show like that. I'll pass. I know a lot of things about living off the land, what kind of plants to eat, what kind of things to do and don't do. Probably make my own beer, given the circumstances. Totally self-supporting, as long as the land can support. I'm kind of dreading what my cabin situation is going to look like. All this wind and weather, but I'm gonna check it out, and we're gonna take a hike through the woods. I gotta go check on that skunk cabbage because I want to photograph in infrared with this better camera. I would stay out here tonight. My mom asked me if I was gonna stay the night. Can't. Waking up out here in a tent, the oxygen that you absorb, not only through your lungs, but I believe it goes into the pores of your skin. Like, you can expel like alcohol through your pores and your skin. And I don't have scientific proof to back it up. But I feel like it absorbs into my body at night, and I feel so much better in the morning. So amazing. And it reminds me of Michael Jackson and his oxygen tent. Like, how much better, more alive you feel. I feel kind of dead right now. But we're working on it. Let's do some hiking. This is the tree that would have killed me if not for a dream, because this is where I usually camp. I've cut all the branches and everything since then. There's a tree that's crossing the path. It's been bent over from another tree falling. Probably a cousin or the same one of that tree, but it's still growing. And I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to let it go and see what kind of strange formation of tree we can get later on. Alright. Let's venture in and see what we can find on our 5.5 acres of woodland property. So we've come to the skunk cabbage area that I've been wanting to photograph in infrared. Previous video I showed how all this was barren and it would be covered. Our property line is over there, that orange marker. So this is not the day to do it. It's a good day for a walk in the woods. I had to go to the scrapyard, and then I had to drop tools off and see a friend's set of twins for the first time. I'm really dragging right now. Anyways, this is an invasive species of plant. It's very sticky. It'll stick to your hands, stick to your clothes. That's how it spreads. Unfortunately, it's all over the place. There. That's what invasive species do. When there's nothing to combat it, nothing that eats it, nothing that benefits from it, it takes over. I forget the name of it right now. I'm too tired. I never go back the same way I came. So I'm gonna go up around here along the pond. There's another person's house across the pond. We all kind of know each other here. You have to, otherwise you get shot. People know me. So I'm gonna keep wandering. The pond down here is basically a mosquito breeder. It's been overtaken with algae. And the small group of turtles that used to call this home have been systematically killed off by predators. I found one with its head eaten off and its leg eaten off with eggs still in it. I put it in a box. I made a jewelry piece out of one of the eggs, the petrified eggs. The shell will go into the chicken shack, the cabin that I'm building. I found a dead buck down there, an 8-pointer that will go into the cabin as well, the shack, the chicken shack. This is a buckeye tree. I dug one up from the river years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, planted it in the backyard since we had to take our tree down. And it's doing pretty well. It's in full bloom now. They tend to lose their leaves and everything first and foremost than the other trees. But it's soaking up water like I wanted it to. And the hawk nest is up here, but I don't hear her. Just like chickens, and just like people, like when women go into menopause, there's only so many eggs that a bird can produce. And I don't think that it can produce anymore. It's a shame. I miss that red-tailed hawk. She would always yell at me when I got her right about here, because the nest was up there. Now she doesn't care. Life and death, nature. There's no good, there's no bad. It's complete anarchy. And I am an anarchist. So this is something that you have to look out for when you're out here, especially following game trails. Ticks. Sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't. But a lot of times I'm shirtless out here, and the reason is so I can feel them crawling up me. Had one in my stomach last year, sleeping in the tent, and I had to rip them out. I was too tired to get out and do it properly. There's a way to take them out, but I was exhausted. Then I had another one on me. I caught him before it embedded itself. One time I had 19 on me. It's kind of wet right now. When it starts drying out, they'll start to really be prolific. Gotta be careful. The little nymph ticks, so they're like the size of a grain of pepper. Impossible to feel. They get in the most precarious areas. So you have to be vigilant about tick checks, which I will do when I get home. Get another one right there. I figured I would get some on me. The hard part is when they land, or they attach to you higher up, like on this vest. Then you're not so lucky. But it's kind of cold right now, so I'm wearing a vest. I don't see any on me. Not to say there isn't. This is the creek. That's the M&M trail sign I made for my parents back in 2020. This is their trail. This is where my mom got her water from when she was a kid. It's a freshwater spring that starts up there and it leads out to the Vermilion River in a little waterfall. My mom used to, we used to have to bring my grandmother jugs of water whenever we visited her. That's how she grew up. Outhouse. She's had a tough early life with a bunch of brothers and sisters, just like they all did. Post-war baby boom. I would like to come down here and do some macro when my work is finished. It'll go from rather chilly-ish, damp, to hot, dry in the blink of an eye. I'm gonna go check out the area where my game trail cameras are, see if I can find any sheds, but I doubt I will. There's a robin egg. I just like looking at everything. I'm not doing any photography right now. I don't have time. But it's nice to check everything out. I'll probably pick up another tick out here or two. Super saturated out here. This is where I usually have my game cams. It's an old gourd. I put a lot of shells out here from clam bakes to give the deer some kind of calcium to chew on, because I'm weird like that. I actually care. It also keeps the if there is a shed out here, it keeps the squirrels from gnawing on it, chipmunks and the mice and all that. In years past, there would be tons of insects out here, tons of spiders, damselflies, dragonflies, all kinds of stuff. Here's a wasp sleeping. What's up, dude? Get a lot of these red wasps. Make nests in my fort. I have to destroy them because I've been stung many times. But as I was saying, over the years and my observations of what's gone on is the depletion not only at honeybees, flies, and the spider. Boop. There's been a depletion in insects because this world's dying. Over here is my skull area. Super wet back here. These are all skulls. I drill holes in coolers and let the flesh eaters do their thing. And it keeps them cool so they can multiply and live peacefully in there. And they do a great job. They strip the skulls down to nothing, but then I have to process them with degreaser and then peroxide and all that. I have a lot of skulls. My latest one is a fox skull. There's some deer heads back there. My friend's a hunter. Yeah. I think I'm gonna vacate early because I'm too exhausted to do much of anything else. But yeah.